Hello everyone, welcome you all onto the SVP online classes study channel. We were discussing about the balancing of chemical equation in the previous class. We also discussed that why balancing is necessary and how do we balance a chemical reaction and why do we balance the chemical reaction. Right, in order to balance a chemical reaction, we have to make the total number of participating atoms equal both in the reactant as well as in the product side. It means total number of atoms that are present in the reactant side, those should be equal to the total number of particles which are present in the product side. For this purpose, we drawn tables, and on the basis of tables, we tried to balance out the chemical reactions, right? Yesterday we have taken three examples, so let me try to understand some more examples in which number of chemical reactions are given and we try to balance those chemical reactions, right? Our next example is what? Reaction of aluminium and oxygen, right? Reaction of aluminium and oxygen. Whenever aluminium react with oxygen, at that time aluminium oxide is formed, that is Al2O3. This is known as what? Aluminium oxide, right? Whenever aluminium reacts with oxygen, at that time aluminium oxide is formed. So as you know that first of all we have to make a table, and on the basis of that table we will try to balance it out, right? So the basic skeletal equation or the basic chemical equation for this purpose is what? That is aluminium whenever reacted with the O2, then Al2O3 is formed. So first of all we have to draw a table. That table consists the total number of atoms which are present in the reactant side. In the first column we write element, in the second one we write reactant, and in the third column we have to write the products, right? So try to examine carefully how many atoms are present in this particular reaction. That in the reactant side one element, that is aluminium, is present, and the second one is the oxygen is present. Only the two atoms are present. As the aluminium and oxygen are present in the reactant side, so the products will automatically have the aluminium and oxygen, right? So see here how many aluminium atoms are there in the reactant side. Only one atom is there, and that is the aluminium atom, right? Here the 2 is written by mistake, so only the one aluminium atom is present, right? And how many aluminium atoms are present in the right hand side? Right hand side the number of aluminium atoms are 2. Actually it is given as Al2. So how many aluminium atoms are present? 2 aluminium atoms are present, right? How many oxygen atoms are present? Here one molecule of O2 is given, so one molecule of O2 is having two molecules, so two oxygen atoms are present in the reactant side. And how many oxygen atoms are present in the product side? 3. It means this reaction is unbalanced both in terms of aluminium as well as oxygen. Is it clear? Right? In the left hand side only one aluminium is present, and in the right hand side, that is the product side, two aluminium atoms are present. So in order to balance the aluminium atoms, what we have to do? Either we have to make the 1 into 2, or we have to convert the 2 into 1. But we always go through the multiplication method. So first we can multiply this 1 by 2, and if we multiply this 1 by 2, then what will happen? In the reactant side, wherever aluminium is present, just try to multiply it by 2, right? It means in order to make the aluminium atoms equal, we have to multiply the aluminium present in the reactant side by 2. So aluminium is present here, and this is the reactant side. So in this step what we can do, aluminium is present in the reactant side, and this was our chemical reaction, right? So aluminum is present here, so we have to multiply it by 2, right? Now the total number of aluminum atoms are balanced in both sides. Now the next term comes to the oxygen. Here two oxygen atoms are present in reactant side, and the three oxygen atoms are present in product side. So one way is to make the 2 into 3, or the second one is what? We have to make the 3 oxygen atoms into the 2. but we always prefer the multiplication method. It means we have to make this 2 equal to 3, right? So just try to imagine that by what I should multiply here so that the two oxygen atoms becomes equal to 3, right? It means two oxygen atoms becomes equal to 3. For what I have to multiply here, just try to see here. If I multiply this 2 by 3 by 2, at that time what will happen, this 2 is cancelled out 2 and the 3 we will get. It means how can we convert the 2 into 3? The one way is what, just multiply this 2 by 3 by 2, so the 2 cancel out by 2 and only the 3 is left. So what we can do, we can do in the next step that in order to make the oxygen atoms equal, in order to make the oxygen atoms equal, we have to multiply the oxygen present in the reactant side, oxygen present in the reactant side by 3 by 2. So in the next step what I can write, twice of aluminium plus the oxygen atoms or oxygen molecule is present in the reactant side, so I have to multiply it by 3 by 2 O2, then it becomes equal to Al2O3, right? Now this is the total balanced chemical equation. Just try to investigate that two aluminum atoms are present in the reactant side and similarly the two aluminum atoms are present in the product side. 3 by 2 multiplied by 2 oxygen atoms, so the 3 oxygen atoms are present in the reactant side, similarly the 3 oxygen atoms are present in the product side. So in this way the reaction is balanced. So this is only the one way by which we can balance the given chemical reaction. Is it clear? It means in the balancing of chemical reactions we have to make the atoms present in the left hand as well as in the right hand side equal anyhow, right? So this is one way by which we can balance the chemical equation, right? But let me try to understand the another way. I am again drawing the table and that table says that element, reactant side and product side, right? The two elements were present, one is aluminium, another one is oxygen. One aluminium is present which is multiplied by 2 and the two aluminium atoms were present, right? Here two oxygen atoms are present in the reactant side and the three oxygen atoms are present in the product side, right? If such situation comes to us that we have to multiply any atom by fraction, at that time what we have to do, if you don't understand then just try to see here. Here two atoms present in the reactant side, three in the product side, right? So in this situation you have to take LCM and we know that the LCM of 2 and 3 is what, 6. So anyhow what we have to do, we have to do that this 2 and 3's LCM is 6. So anyhow we have to make this 2 to 6 and 3 to 6. It means 2 should be equal, 2 should be multiplied by 3 in order to make 6 and 3 should be multiplied by 2 in order to make it 6. It means if such situation comes, at that time we will take the LCM and just try to make the total number of atoms equal to the LCM. Is it clear? So in order to make the oxygen 6 in the reactant side, we have to multiply the oxygen atom by 3. Similarly, in order to make the oxygen atom in the product side 6, then we have to multiply it by 2. So in the next step, the first step was what, twice of Al plus O2, that is equal to Al2O3, we have already discussed, right? Now what we have to do, the reactants, the oxygen which is present in the reactant side, the oxygen which is present in the reactant side just multiplied by 3 in order to get 6. So twice of aluminium plus this oxygen is present here in the reactant side, so I have to multiply this oxygen by 3 by 2 O2, 3 by 3, and Al2O3 is present in the right hand side. And what we have to do, wherever oxygen atom is present in the product side, just multiply it by 2 in order to make it 6. So what we have to do, we have to do multiplication here, that is 2. Is it clear? Right? Okay, so what we have to do, if the two different numbers are there, then we have to take the multiplication and just make all those numbers equal to the multiplication by multiply. So to the suitable numbers. Is it clear? Right, just try to investigate here what happens here. Twice of two aluminum atoms are present in the reactant side, and how many aluminum atoms are now present in the product side? Two aluminum atoms are already present, and now we have multiplied it by 2, so the total 4 aluminum atoms are present. Is it clear? 3 into 2, that is 6 oxygen atoms are present. 3 into 2, that is 6 oxygen atoms are present. This equation is now balanced in terms of oxygen, but it becomes unbalanced in terms of aluminum. So how many aluminum atoms are present in the product side? 4. And how many in the reactant side? That is 2. So what we have to do? Just multiply it by 2. So 2 into twice of aluminum plus 3O2, that is equal to twice of Al2O3, right? So in this way we can balance it out, right? So in the next step, 2 into twice of aluminum, I am again writing this one, and this is what? 2 into twice of aluminum plus 3 of O2, that is equal to twice of Al2O3, right? So 2 into 2, that becomes 4. 4 aluminum plus 3 O2, that is equal to twice of Al2O3. This would be our balanced chemical equation. Here 4 aluminum atoms are present in the left hand side, so 4 aluminum atoms are present in the right hand side. 3 to just 6 oxygen atoms are present in the reactant side, so the 3 to just 6 oxygen atoms are present in the product side. So this would be our balanced chemical equation. Is it clear? Right? So in such situation we have two ways to obtain the balanced chemical equation. This is the second way, and in the first, the balanced chemical equation was obtained how? And that was what? Twice of aluminum plus 3 by 2O2, that is equal to Al2O3, right? This is also the balanced chemical equation, but this is in terms of fraction. So in order to remove the fraction, what we can do? Just try to multiply by 2 both in the reactant as well as in the product side. And if such situation happens, if we multiply this balanced chemical equation, then what will we get? 2 into 2, that is equals to 4 aluminum plus 2 into 3 by 2, 2 gets cancelled out. So what will left? 3O2, and that would be Al2O3 multiplied by 2, so twice of Al2O3. The same result that we have obtained in the another method, right? So either this is the balanced chemical equation or this is the balanced chemical equation. It means you can prefer any way which is suitable to you, or in which you feel comfortable, right? But in this way we balance the chemical equations, right? I hope that you have understood. Just try to practice it. After writing it into the rough notebook, then you can easily learn, right? Okay, after doing practicing after practicing you will be able to balance the chemical reactions without drawing the table. So the drawing of table is not necessary to balance out the chemical equation, but by drawing the table it becomes very simple to analyze the chemical equation, right? So in this so in this question, what we have seen, that the balanced chemical equation is what? 4 aluminum plus 3O2, that is equal to twice of Al2O3, right? So each and every step is written here. You can go through these steps. Let me take another example, right? The or portion is also written here. Let we take another example, and that example is what? Formation of ammonia. Formation of ammonia. And formation of ammonia is what? Formation of ammonia is called Haber's process, right? Formation of ammonia is called Haber's process, right? And Haber's process says that whenever nitrogen is reacted with hydrogen, at that time ammonia is formed. At that time ammonia is formed. This is the simple chemical equation which is present in Haber's process. So whenever nitrogen is mixed into hydrogen, then ammonia is formed. So let me try to draw the table first here. So I am drawing the table here. You can also try in your rough notebook, right? We have to draw the 3 columns, right? In the first one we have to write the element, in the second one we have to write the reactant side, and the third one the product side. Is it clear? Okay, now see how many atoms are present in the reactant side and the product side. Only the 2 atoms are present here. One is nitrogen and another one is hydrogen. Okay, so how many nitrogen are present here? One nitrogen, two nitrogen. So the 2 nitrogen atoms are present in the reactant side. And how many nitrogen atoms are present in the product side? Product side, only the 1 nitrogen atom is there. How many hydrogen atoms are present in the reactant side? Just try to see here. 2 hydrogen atoms are present. And how many hydrogen atoms are present in the product side? 3 hydrogen atoms are present. Okay, so this equation is unbalanced both in terms of nitrogen as well as hydrogen, right? So 2 nitrogen atoms are present in the reactant side and 1 in the product side. So what we have to do, we have to multiply the nitrogen atoms which are present in the product side, and it should be multiplied by 2, right? Whenever we multiply it by 2, at that time the total number of nitrogen atoms in the product side becomes equal to 2, and these are already 2 in the reactant side. So what we have to do in the first step, wherever the nitrogen is present in the product side, wherever nitrogen is present in product side, just multiply it by 2. So only the one product is there. I am writing here the first step, nitrogen is present plus hydrogen is present and NH3. This was our chemical equation. So wherever nitrogen is present in the product side, just multiply it by 2. So I have multiplied here by 2, right? Now the nitrogen is balanced, but in the balancing of nitrogen, hydrogen's numbers are getting changed because NH3 is a composite molecule, or hydrogen is present in the NH3 itself, right? So now how many hydrogen atoms are present in the product side? 3 were earlier present, and now we have multiplied by 2. So the total 6 hydrogen atoms are present now. And how many hydrogen atoms are there in the reactant side? Only the 2. And now these 2 we have to convert into 6, not in the 3, because we have already multiplied by 2 in order to balance the nitrogen atom. So now we have to convert this hydrogen into 6. Is it clear? So हम इसको किस तरीके से कन्वर्ट कर सकते हैं 6 में? हम इसको कन्वर्ट कर सकते हैं 6 में क्या, कि जो रिएक्टेंट साइड में 2 हाइड्रोजन एटम प्रेजेंट है, उसको प्रोडक्ट साइड में हमें कितना करना है? 6 करना है। तो प्रोडक्ट साइड में 6 करना है, तो 2 को अगर 6 करना है तो हमें 3 से मल्टीप्लाई करना होगा। इसका सीधा सा मतलब ये है कि रिएक्टेंट साइड में जहाँ पर हाइड्रोजन हमको दिखती है उसको 3 से मल्टीप्लाई कर दो। तो रिएक्टेंट साइड में एक तो नाइट्रोजन है, प्लस जहाँ पे हाइड्रोजन है उसको किससे मल्टीप्लाई कर देंगे? 3 से मल्टीप्लाई कर देंगे। और राइट हैंड साइड में तो ट्वाइस ऑफ NH3 है। इज इट क्लियर? सो दिस वुड बी योर बैलेंस्ड केमिकल इक्वेशन। इसको हम वापस से एग्जामिन कर सकते हैं किस फॉर्म में? जस्ट ट्राई टू सी that the same number of atoms are present in the reactant and product side, and two nitrogen atoms are present in the left hand side, 2 into and 2 nitrogen atoms are present in the right hand side. 3 into 2 6 hydrogen atoms are present, and 2 into 3 6 hydrogen atoms are present. It means this chemical equation is totally balanced, right? Let we move to the next question, and that is the decomposition of phosphoric acid. The next one is what? Decomposition of phosphoric acid, right? And this is what, whenever H3PO3 getting decomposed, then it forms H3PO4 and PS3. Just try to understand it carefully. क्या है हमारे पास में? H3PO3 का जब हम डिकम्पोजिशन कर देते हैं, डिकम्पोजिशन का मतलब जब ये टूटता है तो किस में कन्वर्ट होता है? H3PO4 फॉस्फोरस एसिड और PS3 is what? Phosgene. Is it clear? PS3 is what? Phosgene. ओके, सो हम इसको बैलेंस करने के लिए क्या कर सकते हैं? हम इसको बैलेंस करने के लिए टेबल ड्रॉ करते हैं, राइट? सो द बैलेंस्ड केमिकल इक्वेशन आई एम राइटिंग हियर, एंड आफ्टर दैट वी विल ड्रॉ द टेबल, राइट? सो व्हाट इज द chemical equation? H3PO3, and whenever it getting decomposed, at that time what we are getting? H3PO3 plus PS3. So let me draw the table first, and I am drawing here the table. how many elements are present in total? 3 elements are present. First one is the hydrogen. I am writing here hydrogen. The second one is the phosphorus and the third one is oxygen, right? Third one is oxygen. Let me try to understand this without drawing the table, because the drawing of table is quite difficult here in this way. So let me try to understand it step by step. So here H3PO3 is given and H3PO4 and PS3 is given. Okay, so just try to see here. In the left hand side only one phosphorus atom is present, and in the right hand side two phosphorus atoms are present, one present in the H3PO4 form and one present in the PS3 form, right? So one is present in the left hand side and the two is present in the right hand side. So what I have to do, I have to convert the left hand side phosphorus atom to 2. So for this purpose we have to multiply it by 2, right? We have to multiply it by 2. So just multiply 2 multiplied by 2 in the reactant side wherever phosphorus is present. So H3PO3 just multiplied by 2, and in the first step I am again writing the H3PO4 plus PS3. Okay, now the equation is balanced in terms of phosphorus. Now try to see that how many hydrogen atoms are now present. 2 hydrogen atom multiplied by the 3 hydrogen atoms. So total 6 hydrogen atoms are present in the reactant side, 3 hydrogen atom and 3 hydrogen atoms. So total 3 hydrogen atoms are present in the product side. So by multiplying the reactant side by 2, hydrogen atoms are also balanced. Now this equation is balanced both in terms of hydrogen as well as in terms of phosphorus. Now see here how many oxygen atoms are present. Here 2 multiplied by 3, that is 6 oxygen atoms are present, right? And here only the 4 oxygen atoms are present, right? Here only the 4 oxygen atoms are present. So in the reactant side 6 oxygen atoms are present, and in the product side 4 oxygen atoms are present, right? We have to either convert the 6 into 4 or the 4 into 6. Is it clear? But I told you earlier that whenever we get the different number at that time हमें क्या करना है, इन दोनों का LCM लेना है और इन दोनों को उसी के बराबर कर देना है. अगर हम LCM लेते हैं तो 6 और 4 का LCM कितना आता है, 12 आता है. 6 और 4 का LCM कितना आता है, 12 आता है. इज इट क्लियर? तो 6 का LCM 12 आता है, तो 6 को 12 करने के लिए मुझे क्या करना पड़ेगा, 2 से मल्टीप्लाई करना पड़ेगा, और 4 को 12 करने के लिए मुझे क्या करना पड़ेगा, 3 से मल्टीप्लाई करना पड़ेगा. इसका सीधा सा मतलब ये है कि जिधर की साइड 6 हाइड्रोजन एटम्स प्रेजेंट है वो तो कौन सा है, रिएक्टेंट साइड है, उसको तो मैं 2 से मल्टीप्लाई कर दूं, और जिधर की साइड 4 ऑक्सीजन एटम्स प्रेजेंट है उसको मैं किससे मल्टीप्लाई कर दूं, 3 से मल्टीप्लाई कर दूं. इज इट क्लियर? ओके, सो लेट वी ट्राई टू मल्टीप्लाई इट. क्या था हमारे पास ये आ चुका था कि ट्वाइस ऑफ H3PO3 and this is multiplied by H3PO4 plus PH3, राइट? नाउ हमें जहाँ पर इधर की साइड जो 6 थे इसको तो हमें 2 से मल्टीप्लाई करना है, इसको 2 से मल्टीप्लाई करना है, इसको 3 से मल्टीप्लाई करना है, राइट? जस्ट ट्राई टू डू इट. जब हम इसको 2 से मल्टीप्लाई करेंगे तो 2 into 2 दैट इज इक्वल टू 4 H3PO3, राइट? एंड नेक्स्ट जब हम इसको 3 से मल्टीप्लाई करेंगे तो दिस वुड बी वोट 3 H3PO4. So the balanced chemical equation is what, for H3PO3 that is equal to 3 H3PO4 plus PS3, right? This is the decomposition of phosphoric acid into the phosphorus acid and phosgene, right? Let me take the next example, and that next example is what, oxidation of methane. Oxidation is a process in which oxygen is added. It means ऐसी रिएक्शंस जिनमें ऑक्सीजन ऐड होती है उसको हम ऑक्सीडेशन बोलते हैं. एंड व्हाट इज द बेसिक स्केलेटल इक्वेशन? इट मीन्स मीथेन जिसका फॉर्मूला होता है CH4. इस मीथेन के अंदर साथ में जब ऑक्सीजन ऐड होती है तो कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड और वाटर फॉर्म होता है. कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड यू नो द फॉर्मूला इज CO2 एंड वाटर इज व्हाट, H2O, right? It means we have to balance this equation in which whenever methane gets oxidized, at that time it is converted into the carbon dioxide and water, right? So what is our basic chemical equation? And that basic chemical equation is what, CH4 plus O2 that is equal to CO2 plus H2O. So let we try to draw the table, or without table we should try. Here let we are not using the table, and without table we are trying to balance it out. See, after seeing the reaction carefully, we have come to know that the three elements are present in this equation. And what are those three elements? The first one is carbon, another one is hydrogen, and third one is what? Oxygen. So let we start from the carbon itself. How many carbon atoms are present in the reactant side? Only the one carbon atom is present in the reactant side. And how many in the product side? One carbon atom is present in the product side. So this reaction is balanced in terms of carbon. Now next we move towards the hydrogen. How many hydrogen atoms are present in the left hand side? 4 hydrogen atoms are present. And how many in the product side? 2 hydrogen atoms are present. It means 4 हाइड्रोजन एटम रिएक्टेंट साइड में है और 2 हाइड्रोजन एटम प्रोडक्ट साइड में है। तो हमें क्या करना पड़ेगा? हमें जिधर की साइड 2 हाइड्रोजन एटम प्रेजेंट है प्रोडक्ट साइड में, उसको 2 से मल्टीप्लाई करना पड़ेगा ताकि वो 4 में कन्वर्ट हो जाए। सो व्हाट वी हैव टू डू, वेयर एवर हाइड्रोजन is present in the reactant side, we have to multiply it by 2. So see here, what is our equation? CH4, we haven't done anything into the reactant side, so CH4 plus O2, that is equal to CO2, and wherever the hydrogen is present here, so we have to multiply it by twice of H2O, right? Now see, this reaction and this equation is balanced in terms of oxygen. It was balanced in terms of carbon earlier, and it was also balanced in terms of hydrogen, but we have multiplied here by 2, so it might be possible that the balancing is disturbed, right? Now how many carbon atoms are there in the reactant side? 4. And how many carbon atoms are present in the product side? 4, right? Okay, so the reaction is balanced in terms of hydrogen. Now let me talk about the oxygen. Okay, so how many oxygen atoms are present here? 2 oxygen atoms are present in the reactant side. And how many oxygen atoms are present in the product side? 2 multiplied by 1 oxygen, so 2 is here, and 2 oxygens are present in terms of carbon dioxide. So 2 plus 2, that is total 4 oxygen atoms present है किसमें? प्रोडक्ट साइड में। और रिएक्टेंट साइड में कितने ऑक्सीजन एटम्स प्रेजेंट है? सिर्फ 2। तो हम इनको 2 को 4 में कन्वर्ट करना है, तो हमें इसे मल्टीप्लाई करना पड़ेगा किससे? 2 से। सो हम इस रिएक्शन को वापस लिख रहा हूँ। क्या होगा? जहाँ जिस रिएक्टेंट साइड में जहाँ पर ऑक्सीजन प्रेजेंट है उसको हमको 2 से मल्टीप्लाई करना है। ऑक्सीजन यहाँ पर प्रेजेंट है, इसको हमने 2 से मल्टीप्लाई कर दिया। प्रोडक्ट साइड में CO2 था प्लस H2O को हम 2 से पहले ही मल्टीप्लाई कर चुके थे। सो दिस इज द ओवरऑल बैलेंस्ड इक्वेशन। अब हम इसको कंफर्म भी कर सकते हैं। एक कार्बन एटम है, राइट साइड में भी एक कार्बन एटम है, 4 हाइड्रोजन एटम है, राइट साइड में भी 2 into 2 that is 4 हाइड्रोजन एटम्स आर प्रेजेंट। 2 into 2 that is 4 oxygen atoms are present in the reactant side. So 2 plus 2 that is 4 oxygen atoms are present in the product side. So ये रिएक्शन क्या हो गई? बैलेंस्ड रिएक्शन हो गई। इसको हम इन स्टेप्स में देख सकते हैं। जैसे हमने यहाँ बेसिक स्केलेटल इक्वेशन लिख रखी है, इसके बाद में इसको फर्स्ट स्टेप में 2 से मल्टीप्लाई किया, इसके बाद सेकंड स्टेप में इसको 2 से मल्टीप्लाई किया, और ओवरऑल केमिकल रिएक्शन बैलेंस हो गई। लेट वी टेक वन मोर एग्जांपल, दैट इज डिकम्पोजिशन ऑफ पोटेशियम डाइक्लोरेट। जब पोटेशियम डाइक्लोरेट का डिकम्पोजिशन होता है, एट दैट टाइम ये पोटेशियम क्लोराइड और ऑक्सीजन में कन्वर्ट होता है। इन सब के जो केमिकल फॉर्मूलाज है वो क्या है? KClO3 जब डिकम्पोज होता है तो KCl और O2 में कन्वर्ट होता है। KClO3 जब डिकम्पोज होता है तो KCl और O2 में कन्वर्ट होता है, राइट? इस वाले को भी हम बिना टेबल ड्रॉ किए हुए कन्वर्ट करने की कोशिश करते हैं। देखिए यहाँ पे एक पोटेशियम एटम है, K स्टैंड्स हियर फॉर पोटेशियम। एक क्लोरीन एटम है, 2 ऑक्सीजन एटम है प्रोडक्ट साइड में, और 3 ऑक्सीजन एटम है रिएक्टेंट साइड में। मतलब ये रिएक्शन पोटेशियम क्लोरीन पोटेशियम और क्लोरीन के रेस्पेक्ट में ये रिएक्शन क्या है? बैलेंस्ड है, राइट? एंड इन टर्म्स ऑफ ऑक्सीजन इट इज अनबैलेंस्ड, राइट? सो व्हाट इज देयर? 3 ऑक्सीजन एटम्स आर प्रेजेंट इन द रिएक्टेंट साइड एंड द 2 आर प्रेजेंट इन द प्रोडक्ट साइड। ठीक है, सिर्फ हमें ऑक्सीजन को ही बैलेंस करना है, तो हमें क्या करना पड़ेगा? एक साइड में 3 है, दूसरी साइड में 2 है, जैसा मैंने पहले बताया। जैसे ही हम ऐसी किसी सिचुएशन में आ जाते हैं तो हम इनका एलसीएम लेते हैं। 3 और 2 का एलसीएम 6 आता है, तो क्या करना है? 3 को 6 में कन्वर्ट करना है तो इसके लिए मुझे मल्टीप्लाई 2 करना पड़ेगा, 2 को भी 6 में कन्वर्ट करना है तो मल्टीप्लाइड बाई 3 करना पड़ेगा। तो जिधर की साइड 3 ऑक्सीजन प्रेजेंट थी जो कि रिएक्टेंट साइड थी उसको तो 2 से मल्टीप्लाई कर दो, और जिधर की साइड प्रोडक्ट साइड में ऑक्सीजन थी उसको 3 से मल्टीप्लाई कर दो। तो हमारे पास क्या आएगा, हमारे पास KClO3 और ये KCl प्लस O2 था। तो रिएक्टेंट साइड में तो हमें किससे मल्टीप्लाई करना है, 2 से मल्टीप्लाई करना है, तो 2 से मल्टीप्लाई कर दिया। और प्रोडक्ट साइड में जहाँ पे ऑक्सीजन थी उसको किससे मल्टीप्लाई करना है, उसको हमको किससे मल्टीप्लाई करना है, 3 से मल्टीप्लाई करना है, कर दिया। अब देखिए कि रिएक्शन बैलेंस है या नहीं है। देखिए 2 मल्टीप्लाइड बाई 1K, हाउ मनी पोटेशियम एटम्स आर प्रेजेंट इन द रिएक्टेंट साइड, 2, और राइट साइड में कितने हैं, 1 है। 2 into 1 क्लोरीन, दैट इज 2 क्लोरीन एटम्स आर प्रेजेंट, और राइट साइड में कितने क्लोरीन एटम्स प्रेजेंट है, 1 है। तो हमको इन पोटेशियम और क्लोरीन इन दोनों को भी क्या करना पड़ेगा, 1 करना पड़ेगा, और 1 करना पड़ेगा तो हम इस टोटल को ही 2 से मल्टीप्लाई कर दें। और अगर हम इसको 2 से मल्टीप्लाई कर देते हैं तो हमारे पास जो ओवरऑल इक्वेशन आती है, दैट ओवरऑल इक्वेशन इज व्हाट, दिस वन। अब अगर हम इसको देखने की कोशिश करते हैं तो हमारे पास क्या आया, तो हमारे पास 2 into 1 पोटेशियम, 2 पोटेशियम और 2 पोटेशियम, राइट, एक 2 क्लोरीन, राइट साइड में भी 2 क्लोरीन, 3 into 2 दैट इज 6 ऑक्सीजन एटम, 3 into 2 दैट इज 6 ऑक्सीजन एटम, इट मीन्स दिस रिएक्शन इज बैलेंस्ड। इज इट क्लियर? नेक्स्ट एग्जाम्पल इज reaction of aluminum and sulfuric acid. So here 2-3 more examples are given in the notes. So the 9th one is the chemical reaction for your homework purpose. So you should try the 9th, 10th and 10th, 11th, 12th, right? So from the reaction number 9 to 12, from reaction number 9 to 12, this is your homework for today's class. If you will find any difficulty in balancing of these chemical equations, then we will discuss it in the next class, right? So your homework is to balance out the reactions which are present in the notes from question number 9 to 12, right? So these 4 equations you have to balance at your home, and try to balance it either by the drawing table method or the direct method. Is it clear? Right? Even then, if you have any difficulty, then I will discuss these 4 more examples on tomorrow's class. Right? Okay, so keep listening, keep understanding, and keep studying. Till then, stay at your home, be safe, protect your family, and enjoy the melody of life. Thank you.